A miracle happened. Tell me about it.
My father was invited to preach one night at a campground in Los Angeles called Bethesda. It's right where Disneyland is now. But that used to be 80 acres called Bethesda. And the man that ran that ministry was a man by the name of Evangelist EARL Ivie. He had a big B-29 bomber tent, a very unusual tent. It had 2 rows of telephone poles, cables, and the tent hung in the middle like an umbrella. 3,000 to 4,000 people would gather on the weekends. They came from all over California. Dad preached one night. Brother Ivie insisted on him staying. We stayed for 8 months. Brother Ivie built a pool of Bethesda, 100 by 100, with lights, big floodlights. When people would get saved at night, they'd take them right out there and baptize them in the pool.
Wow, wonderful.
He was on the radio, KGER, every morning at 9 o'clock. There was no TV back then. And people would get healed over the radio. He was a tremendous man of faith. I think of so many miracles there. Perhaps the greatest was one day, he had 2 boys, Paul and David, and myself, and we were stair steps. One was 5, 6, and 7. I was the middle one. He invited the 3 of us to ride in his car with him downtown to get the post office to get his mail. We got to the post office. He parked across the street, and he turned around. He told us, said, "Boys, don't get out of the car. I'll be right back." And he locked the door. And we're sitting there playing. Well, after a little bit, Pauly jumped in the front seat. He opened the door. He jumped out of the car to go to his dad in the post office. A car hit him, a speeding car. I've remembered all these years, Pauly's body flying through the air, I'm guessing 20 to 30 feet, hitting the pavement in a pool of blood running everywhere. Not moving. David and I were screaming our lungs out. We were hysterical. People started gathering around. Somebody went in a doctor's office and brought the doctor out. He took a stethoscope and put it on Pauly's body and shook his head no. David said, "Oh, my brother's dead. Pauly's dead. Pauly's dead." And we're both hysterical. All of a sudden, that man of God come out of the post office, started down the stairs, and I can hear him now. "Oh, God, don't take my Pauly. Oh, God, please don't take my Pauly." And he ran down the stairs, ran out in the street, scooped up that baby, held him up, maybe like Abraham did Isaac. And he's screaming, "God, don't take my Pauly," and tears just streaming down his face. All of a sudden, Pauly started crying. David starts jumping up and down on the seat. "Pauly's alive, Pauly's alive." I heard him crying. And we both got hysterically happy. Short story, 2 weeks, we're all 3 out playing together.
Wow.
Pauly just died a few years ago, and here's a miracle that happened. I was thinking about this last night. I've had no contact with the family, but his sister called me last night.
Wow.
Saw me on Facebook, and she got my number and called. And Pauly just died a couple of years ago, but Philip, the oldest son, maybe 10 years older than me, he's still alive. And she's going to have him call, and she's sending us pictures of Brother Ivie and of the Bethesda campground.
Wow.
I was also with him in many other meetings, and I could go on and write books about miracles under the ministry of
Praise
EARL
God.
Ivie. He was a man of faith. He dared to spend his faith.